What's up, coaches? Welcome to another day of the New Coach Training Academy. Seriously, so excited, so proud of you all for doing your best to stick with these assignments. It is way less overwhelming if you can do your best to stick with them and stay on top of them. I know it's not always possible, but do your best, and also super pumped and excited and proud of you all for rocking your own journey, focusing on your journey, and then sharing on social media. Because remember, our number one job is to use these products, rock these products, and then share on social media, because that is how you will motivate others to then want to join our boot camps. It first starts with you. So if right now you are still totally focused on your journey and maybe you're starting to share a little bit or invite a little bit, it's okay. Remember, don't feel pressured to have to hit Success Club in the very first month. Would it be amazing? Absolutely. Can you do it? Absolutely. And the same thing with Emerald. Don't feel pressured that you have to. So of course I want you to hit Success Club, because that's going to mean you're going to change 3 lives right away. I want you to hit that first exciting milestone of Emerald. And some of you have already hit it. Some of you have already changed a life, 2 lives, 3 lives, and that's amazing. But also, if you're not quite there yet, if you still want to focus just on your journey and then just easing into things, that's perfectly okay too. Because I've had a few of you message me and say I'm loving this, but I don't know if I'm really ready to jump both feet in. Yeah, with inviting and bringing people into our boot camp, cool. You don't have to. You can definitely take your time. You can focus on your own journey. You can focus on rocking the boot camp, and then you can be here learning everything as you go, so that whenever you are ready to jump in, which would be hopefully soon, you can, and you'll be ready. There is no wrong or right pace to do this. There is no wrong or right, just speed and pace and whatever your goals are. It is all up to you. Of course, if you want to start to earn income quicker, if you want to get your Shakeology paid for monthly, if you want to start to bring friends on board and family members on board, you absolutely can. And I've been giving you the tools to do so, and just how easy it truly is, where you're just truly just inviting some of your closest friends, coworkers, family members to do this with you, and for you all to hold each other accountable. It's that easy. All right, so that is what I want to talk to you quickly today. The first part of this video is if you are getting no's, and people are telling you no, not right now, or I would, but it's too expensive, or whatever the objections are that you're getting, because you're going to get those. I want you to know that it's perfectly normal. So if you've been sitting there, you have been invited, and you have been sharing, and you have been rocking your journey and sharing on social media and inviting, and you've been getting no's, or people aren't responding to you, I want you to know that's normal and that's expected. So please don't think that you're doing anything wrong, or don't let it defeat you, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want in a month from now, 2 months from now, for you to message me and say how defeated you feel, how everybody's telling you no. What I want you to remember is, oh, I remember Leticia told me this was completely normal and expected. And this is why. 1, because people want to watch you, and it's totally normal. Just think about this. Whenever one of your social media friends or acquaintances starts to do something or gets on board with something, whatever it is, whether it be they're selling something, or they started something new, what do? We watch, right? We watch to see if it's real, how it's going to work out for them. And so if that person messages you right away and says, hey, do you want to do this with me? You're probably going to be a little skeptical. And what do you say? Probably no, right? Because you want to watch this person more. You want to see where this new adventure takes this person, or how this new adventure works out for this person. Again, whatever it could be. It could be, that they jumped on board the lip sense thing, or it could be they jumped on board with the skincare thing, or there's so many things out there now. And not that we're not happy for them, or not that we don't want to join them, but we want to watch, right? It's so normal. And so just put yourself in that place because I know I'm the same way too. Whenever I see someone take on a new adventure, again, doesn't matter what it is, I want to watch. Just like something brand new. I want to watch this person. I want to see what this new adventure does for this person, or where this adventure takes this person. And then, in fact, when I'm convinced, when I'm ready to be convinced, just depending on how consistent this person is, like how much this new adventure is helping this person or whatever, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, I want to join her now. And then, so with that being said, I want you to think about something. How long did it take for you to jump on board with joining my or your uplines boot camp and to do this? Like, how long did you watch me for, or watch your upline for? I know I watched my upline for over a year. I watched her before I decided to jump on board with this, because I had so many just like misconceptions. I had so many limiting beliefs for myself. I was like, I'm too busy. I'm a brand new teacher. I don't know if I can do this. This seems silly. What if it doesn't work out? We all have those thoughts, even just to join a boot camp, right? And I know that because now, 5 years later, I get emails and messages all the time from ladies like you all. You will tell me, like, I've been watching you for a year. I've been watching you for months. I've been watching you for years. And I finally decided to do this. Like, it really does take people time to watch you, to know that you're going to be in it for the long run, which is why showing up on your newsfeed and your social media every day, even if at first it's just once a day, it's so key, because people want to know that you're super consistent. Even if it's just to show up in your stories and show that you got your workout in, that you're doing your workout, that you're drinking your shake, and then a little bit of behind the scenes of your personal life, like I talked about the previous video. Even if it's just a couple of stories a day, one post on your newsfeed to start a day, that's going to start the consistency. That's going to start the trust, because consistency over time equals people trusting you and people knowing you're in it for the long run for yourself. Like, if they can see that you are being consistent for yourself and showing up for yourself and seeing results, non-scale victory results, scale victory results, like whatever you can talk about, you can rave about, your energy or just how you're feeling, that is going to, they're going to get on, they're slowly going to get on board, and they're slowly going to start to trust you more. And the more they can trust you, they'll be willing to trust you to join a boot camp. But do know that it takes time. And I would say that now that I've been in it 5 years, 9 out of 10 times, everyone who at one point told me no, told me not right now, or told me, whatever, didn't ever, sometimes they wouldn't even answer me. 9 out of 10 times, every single person who's told me no or never responded to me or gave me some kind of, I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time, they always came back. 9 out of 10 times they came back. And I know, because when they would message me, I would scroll up, oh, I talked to this person last month, or I talked to this person 3 months ago, or you guys. It's literally, some people have come around 4 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, who've been watching me. Unfortunately, we cannot control that. We can control when they feel ready, when they feel comfortable, when they feel they can trust us, and when they feel they can trust themselves too, because a lot of these people have tried, and you probably were the same, like where we've tried diets after diets, or we buy all these things off the infomercials, and we try this and we try that. And we get to a point where we no longer trust ourselves, where we say, I've spent all this money, I've tried everything out there, and I keep failing. So they lose trust in themselves as well. So I say all this so that you can keep all of this in mind, not take it to heart, not take it personal when you get no's or they don't respond to you. And then I want you to remember, when you were in that place, if you were, like, how long it took you to finally make the leap to join one of the Beachbody boot camps, or what other diets and things that you buy out there, or did you join before you found this that actually worked for you? Like, we've all been there. So now you are on the other side. Now you have to remember that and understand that. But 9 out of 10 times, they will come back. Like, I say that with full confidence, because it happens every single day. So what I want you to think about whenever you get a no, and you will, trust me, you will. In the first 2 years of my business, I got tons of no's. I got tons of objections. I got tons of no responses. I still do now, but not as much as I did in the first 2 years of my business. And this is how I started to understand it with a lot of personal development. So this is why you're growing, you're working on yourself and with the programs, but also with personal development. Please, 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 if you have goals, if you have plans to be around for a long time, to make this, because you can, to make this an income, a good income for your family, for your future, then I need you to be working on your mindset. I need you to be diving into personal development every day. If you are super busy like we all are, audiobooks are going to be your best friend. And I recommend them all the time in my stories, in my boot camps, or if it's something specifically you want to learn more about or strengthen your mind, or if it's a weakness of yours, then go to Google and type in for the top 10 best books on how to stop like self-sabotage, how to increase your confidence or whatever it is that you need to work on. There's tons of books out there, audiobooks, because I don't want to hear, I don't have time to read. Yeah, no one has time to read. We make time. And I say that because that's where you'll learn a lot of these things. So one book that you should have already been reading or listening to is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Another one after that one is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. That one is not on audio, but so worth it. And the Compound Effect and The Slight Edge both help me understand that things that are worth in life, like things that we really, really want and are going to be so meaningful, that are going to change our lives, no matter what it is, those things take time, take patience, take consistency, and take small daily, sometimes they seem insignificant actions every single day. Those small daily wins are going to compound over time into huge success. But the thing is that we have to be patient. I hear from Gary Vee all the time. That's another really good follower. And I need to work on making a list of all like the books that I recommend. But Gary Vaynerchuk, he is just motivational speaker, also author his books, and he talks a lot about how we live in a world of, and the Compound Effect talks about it too, how we live in a world where we want everything instant gratification, instant results. Like we live in a microwave world where we're no longer willing to wait for things that take time, right? Like we're so spoiled now with technology and high-speed internet and high-speed that, and just we want everything overnight. We want everything right away. And he says how that's a problem. That's a problem because that's now how life works. And, he tries to, anyways, it's so true. And so I want you to think about that. I want you to remember that. That's why it's so important to read these books, because they really change your mindset on things. And I've had coaches in the past who sadly, they'll quit like in a month or in 2 months because they'll say, this didn't work out for me. I'm like, no, like you didn't give it time. Like one thing I want you to take away from this video, if you take something away, I want you to open up your calendar. And I want you to, so today is May, when I'm recording this, at the time that I'm recording this, it's May 23rd. So what I want you to do, or whatever date today is, I want you to open your calendar and go a year from today and put that in your calendar. Put that in your calendar, make a note in your calendar. And what I want you to do is from now until a year from today, I want you to show up every single day for yourself, rocking your journey, drinking your shake, following your meal plans, getting progress. And then I want you to be really consistent on social media. I want you to be coachable, meaning everything that you're learning in this training, on our weekly team calls, on the weekly national wake-up calls, any training that you find on YouTube, tips that you learn from other successful coaches. I want you to implement all of that slowly, of course, not all at once. But I want you to be super coachable. I want you to hustle your heart out from now until a year from now. And I want you to hustle through the days where you are really motivated and excited because you're getting a lot of yeses, because you're running challenge groups, because your income is growing. But then I want you to even push harder and hustle harder on the days where you feel discouraged, you feel defeated, you second guess yourself, you wonder if this truly is ever going to work for you or take off for you because everybody else is hitting goals and milestones and you're not, because that's going to happen. That happened to me all the time when I was a newer coach. And you guys, I was trying to juggle being a full-time teacher and then making this work. And I had days where I would come home and I would cry. And I would cry to my husband because I would say, I am working so hard. Like, I feel like I'm burning myself out. I'm working 50, 60 hours as a teacher, but I really want this business to work for me because I know this is going to be our thing that gives us a life we never dreamed of. And I know I can make this happen, but it's hard because I'm getting a bunch of no's. I'm not getting to diamond quick enough. I'm not getting to 1-star diamond quick enough. Like I'm not bringing in coaches who want to work this business. You're going to go through that. And on those days, what I want you to do is work harder on yourself. Push harder in your workouts. Push harder on doing good with your meal plans, drinking your shake, drinking a lot of water, and then personal development. On those days where you're struggling the most internally, just limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, personal development. Go look for Tony Robbins videos on YouTube, Les Brown videos on YouTube, Gary Vaynerchuk. Look for his videos. E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher is another one of my favorites. You're going to have to marinate your soul and your mind and strengthen your mind even harder on those days because you will want to quit. And I don't say this to discourage you. I say this because as entrepreneurs, as business owners, it's hard. It is hard. I mean, this business can give you a life that you never dreamed possible because I am a living proof of that, but it also is going to be challenging and defeating. And I remember some days when I did start to do this full-time, I would think, man, like I think sometimes it's just easier to go to a job, be told what to do your thing 9 to 5, and then get home and like, that's it, right? Because when you're a business owner, this is 24/7. But you guys, the life that being a business owner can give you, the freedom, the financial freedom, just the time freedom, building your own dreams for yourself, building a legacy for you and your family and your future kids, that is so worth it. On those days where I had really rough days, I had days where I would doubt myself and I would second guess myself. And there was times, I'm not going to lie to you, I came close to quitting, like literally sending in my cancellation form to Beachbody because I thought, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. I don't know if this is going to work out for me. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't look, I'm not blonde. And, we always have those, like, you follow the people on social media and I'm like, well, I'm not blonde and I'm not, I don't have chiseled abs and English is my second language. And oh my God, I had all of these limiting beliefs. I had all of these times where coming to Jesus times where I literally almost sent my cancellation form in. Can you imagine if I would have done that? Like, I wouldn't be living the life that I'm living now. So when those times come, please work on yourself harder than anything else. And you know what I would do during those rough days? Sometimes it was a day, sometimes it was days, sometimes it was rough weeks. I would still show up for calls and still, be consistent on social media. Like, I wouldn't quit any of that, but I would kind of shift my focus on, I wouldn't focus so much on Hit It Success Club because this is what I found. The more I would stress about Hitting Success Club, the more I would stress about people telling me no, the more I would like, oh my God, I'm getting all these no. Those are the vibes that I was putting out into the universe, and what you think, what you say, what you're putting out into the universe, like it grows, right? Have you ever had woken up and you had a shitty day, you spilled the coffee, and then you got caught in traffic, and then something else happened, and something else happened, and something else happened, and you think like, what is wrong with today? Like, everything is going wrong. You know why? Because of us. It's what we put out into the universe. It's our vibes and what you focus on. Also, because you're focused on what a shitty day it is. What we focus on expands. It truly does expand. So on those months, you guys, there was months where I barely hit Success Club, and I had to ask a friend of mine for a favor, or I had to ask a family member for a favor. Like, I literally did. I would be like, girl, I know you want to join my boot camp and you've been saying no because of money. This is what I need you to do. I need you to sign up this month because I'm trying to hit a goal. I've never missed hitting a goal in my business. And I would offer her a can of Energize, or I would offer her, like now we have beach bars, or I would offer her like to PayPal her whatever, or give her a gift card. Like there was months where I had to scramble. So I want you to know, and I say that because I want you to know that I struggle too. And I want to say that as often as I possibly can, because I know you see me now 5 years into it. And I know you see me now hitting high success club numbers and signing coaches and doing well in my business. But I want you to know that the first 2 years of my business, I had really good months and then I had really shitty months. And I had months where I had to like ask for a favor. You guys have seen that video from my upline Danielle where she's like, it's your dirt list, right? You have a list of people who would do anything for you, like because you've done favors for them. I had those moments in my business where I had to go through my list. Who have I not asked to do me a favor? Like, girl, I need you to buy Shakeology on Home Direct this month. Like, I'll PayPal you whatever, half of it. Or my mother-in-law, like, these are all the people who have bought things for me because I needed to hit Success Club. My mother-in-law, my husband's cousin who lives with us, my mom. Of course, she now drinks Shakeology on a monthly basis, but my sister-in-law, both of my sister-in-laws. Who else? Some of my best friends, like so many. I've had to call in favors because there was months again where it would get tough, and I am such a go-getter. Like, I've never missed hitting Success Club at all. Like, I've hit Success Club. I signed up in April of 2013. May 2013 was the first month, so I hit Success Club in my first month as a coach. Unfortunately, back then they didn't have Success Starters or the call with Carl Deichler. But I hit Success Club May of 2013 for the first time. Since May of 2013, oh, and right now we're in May, to May 2018, the time that I'm recording this video, I've never missed hitting Success Club. That means every single month I've made at least Success Club 6 because it's a huge goal of mine, because I knew I was helping through new people, and my upline told me, if you want to retire as a teacher, if you want to make this like a successful business, you can never miss Success Club. So I took that shit to heart. But do know that there was months where it was hard, you guys. So on those months, I want you to please work on your mindset. And then this is something else that really helped me. So on those months, or those days or weeks where I was really struggling, I would stop focusing on hitting Success Club because I was so focused on it that I was coming at it from a negative place. Like, oh my God, everybody's telling me no. Everybody's telling me no. I'm not going to hit it this month. I'm not going to hit it this month. And I understood that what I focused on would expand. So what I would do is I would try to forget about Success Club. Like, I know this sounds a little bit like maybe it doesn't make sense, but I would try to focus on not hitting Success Club. Right, so I wouldn't get so caught up in that, or I wouldn't, because the thing what happened is that anytime I was having a conversation, my mind was on points. Like points. I need successful points. I need successful points. And again, that sometimes shine through, even though you're not saying that. I think sometimes it does come across that with the people that you're talking about. And nobody wants to feel like they're just points to us. And they're not. Like, we know that if we could get someone connected to a Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, their lives are going to be changed. But we're so stressed and coming from a place where successful points. And I think sometimes we do seem a little desperate, or we do seem like we get so caught up in the end result that every time we get a no, or every time we get a no response, we get so defeated. Why? Because we're so caught up in the outcome. We're so caught up in them saying yes. When if you would just breathe, on those days where I was struggling, or those months where I had to ask for a favor of a friend because everyone was telling me no, I would have to sit down and think, why am I doing this? And I would think, if Beachbody were to disappear, or if I wasn't even a coach, would I still do this? Would I still work out every day? Yes. Would I still drink Shakeology every day? Yes. Like, if Beachbody were to disappear tomorrow, or I wasn't a coach anymore, I would still do those things for me. So then I would start to think, okay, I started doing this for me, for my accountability, for me to be in the best shape of my life. And then if others wanted to join me, cool. And if they didn't, cool, right? The more that you can separate yourself from the outcome, the better. I know it sounds kind of weird, but the better, because whenever you do get told no or no responses, It's no skin off your back. Like, cool, just move on to the next person or just keep doing what you're doing. Like, the people will come if you're focused on yourself. So when that happens, I want you to get laser focused. Again, I'm not saying you're not going to do all the other coach things like show up for team calls, show up on social media, keep inviting people, keep growing your network. Yes, you're going to keep doing that, but I want you to focus on, man, I would still do this regardless of the outcome of all of this. Like, I'm still going to show up every day for me, for my workout, for my shake, to eat healthy, because I need to be the best version of myself, because this has changed my life. And if others can see that and they're ready to jump on board, amazing. And if others need more time to see what this has done for me, for them to join, cool. Like, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here next week. I'm still going to be here next month. I'm still going to be here next year. And I'm going to keep doing this for me. And I think whenever we start to think that way and get not so committed or not so attached to the outcome, it actually starts to attract more people to you. But we all need to have those moments where we're like, okay, why did I even start this in the first place? It's not to hit Success Club. Sure, that's cool. It's not to hit Emerald. It's not to, make $1 million overnight. Sure, that's going to come. Like, all that will come. The Success Club points will come. The rank advancements will come. The income will come. Your business will grow. But it first starts with focusing on yourself. All right, so sorry, I kind of went all over the place where I was saying about put a reminder from 1 year from to now on your calendar, 1 year from today. And in that 1 year, you're going to work super hard on yourself mentally, so much mentally, but also physically, right? And you're going to show up every day on social media, and you're going to just hustle your heart out. You're going to be coachable. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. That's a huge one too. I've done so many scary shit in this business that I never saw myself doing. Even now, there's things that I don't enjoy, that because I'm a huge introvert, I deal with anxiety. Those two things combined are not good. I've had to speak on stage where, like, I literally get so sick that I would have anxiety for days leading up to that. I've had to do calls for corporates. I've had to get on stage multiple times. Making videos at first was so nerve-wracking for me, for someone who's so introvert, so shy. But I've done all of those things, because every time you get out of your comfort zone, you grow. And if you're not growing, you're dying. So getting out of your comfort zone every single day, focus on that. Whether it's doing more stories, whether it's sharing your before and after, whatever it is that gets you out of your comfort zone, do it. Whatever you have right now in your heart, you're thinking like, I really want to do this because I see other coaches do it, but it scares the shit out of me, do it. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone because if not, you're not going to have success in this. You're just not. So anyways, in this year, you're going to be doing everything humanly possible to grow, to be better. And I promise you that in 1 year from today, if you do everything you humanly possibly can, meaning at the end of the night when you go to bed, you think, you know what, today I had small wins. Today I worked out. Today I drank my shake. Today I showed up on social media. Today I sent invites. Today I shared my transformation. Today I got out of my comfort zone. I did something really scary. Today I did I made an invite for my first boot camp. Today I did this. Today I did that. Like, if every day you can go to bed saying you had small wins in your business. And again, sometimes it's literally going to be, I got my workout in and I shared about it on social media, because life's hard. Life's going to happen. Kids get sick. We get sick. Cards break down. We go on trips. Our parents get sick. Like, all that's going to happen. And on those days, your win can literally be like, I survived today. And that's fine. But as long as every single day you have a win that you can check off, of course, the more wins, the better. You got on a call, you applied something that you learned on the National Wake Up Call, like you were coachable, whatever. In 1 year from today, you will be better. You'll be stronger. You'll be healthier. So all of those right there are amazing wins right there, because you're going to keep using the products, and you're going to be using yourself as an example. So you're going to be stronger, healthier, stronger mentally and physically, healthier, more fit. And then also, you're going to have changed a whole bunch of lives, which means your income is going to grow. You're going to be getting income from this, which means your business is going to grow. In 1 year from today, you probably will be diamond or above if you truly want it, and you can. And trust me, you don't need to wait a year to make that possible. Like, you can make that possible in 3 months, in 4 months. Like, it depends up to you. But you will be at a better place in your business, in your personal life in 1 year from today. If you don't quit. If you understand that if you take all of this that I'm telling you, and on those rough days, you come back to this video and just remember some of the things that I said, like, it's perfectly normal. This is going to happen. Leticia said for me to work harder on myself when I'm struggling. Because if you feel good about yourself, like if you're working on yourself, when these discouraging things happen, and not just in our business, but in life, like when life happens, if we are mentally and emotionally and physically stronger, we can get through those rough times quicker. We can not allow life to pull us down so hard and to keep us down. That we can jump back quicker. We can understand that's part of life, and we can understand that we are strong. We're warriors. We can be strong and get through times like that. All right. So that was a whole pep talk. Sorry, I think that went so much longer than I thought, but I just want you to keep that in mind because it's so important, because I've seen coaches who are incredible coaches quit way too soon. They quit way too soon because they don't understand the concept of having patience. They don't understand that things that are going to change your life are going to take time. They don't understand that this is not a get rich overnight thing. And I think a lot of times what happens is that you see me, or you see Ashley, or you see like any other coach who has a lot of success, and that's all you see, and you don't see like the first year. You don't see those times where we struggled so much. And I still have so many struggles. There's just different struggles than when I did in the first 2 years, like, because now I have a huge team, and so I have a lot of struggles too that I have to overcome every single day. They're just a lot different. But I want you to understand that it's so normal, but that if you stick with it, if you're a freaking warrior and you're in this for the right reasons, and you're in this for the long haul, and you're in this for yourself just as much as you're in it to better other people's lives, but number one is to better your life and your family lives. And who cares how long it takes you to get where you want to be? Like, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And it might take you a year to get to diamond, or it might take you 2 years to get to diamond, or it might take you a year to get where you're earning enough income to quit your job, or it might take you 3 years. Like, this is one thing that I also learned in the beginning of my business that helped me tremendously, was that somebody said, it was one of the, like, I've read so many books and podcasts and audios that it just all like, they're all like just jumbled up back there. But I heard something that made so much sense. And hearing that also, every time I would have rough days and I was going to send in that coach cancellation form, I would think about this, because it's so true, because I was living in that life. Someone said, one of the authors or motivational speakers said, you know what? Most people are willing to go to a job that they hate, or maybe not even they hate, because hate's a strong word, but go to a job that they don't really like. They don't get joy from it. Most people are willing to do that for 40 or 50 years to just get through life, make it through another Friday, be miserable on Monday. You're just kind of on autopilot, because that's how I was living when I was a teacher. Most people are willing to do that for 40 or 50 years until you retire, to then just kind of wait around to die. I know it sounds sad, but you retire and you're like, you get another few years, and then you die. So most people are willing to do that. And most people are not willing to work really hard at something that could change their lives, that can give you a different lives than what most people have. And you're not willing to give it 5 or 10 years, but you're willing to go to a job that doesn't give you joy, that you probably hate, that is slowly killing you. You're willing to live an average life like just go through the motions. You wake up, you hate Mondays, you're complaining about your job all the time, you hate your coworkers, you hate your commute. You're willing to do that for 40 or 50 years, but you're not willing to stick around with something that gives you joy, that makes you a better person, that is already giving you a better life than what most people have. You're not willing to stick with that for 5 to 10 years. Think about that. That is sad, but so true. Most people aren't willing to stick around for 5 to 10 years in something. Like right now, I know Beachbody's already changed your life. I know it's already made you happier. I know it's already is making you healthier. I know it's already making you feel better. I know it is, because I wholeheartedly believe in these products. I know being a part of our team, being a part of our boot camps has already starting to impact your life. Like your energy is probably higher. You feel better. You feel more empowered doing these kick-ass workouts that most people aren't willing to try. Your life is already freaking improving. So why would you ever want to quit that? What, just because you're going to have to wait, just because you're going to get a few no's, you're going to get no's after no's after no's, or maybe you're not going to grow as quick, or maybe you're not going to hit emerald or diamond as quick enough as you want to. So what? Like, I promise you, in 5 years, you will be successful. You will be in a way different place than you are right now if you're willing to freaking stick to it. Or you can just be an average person and go to a job that you hate or doesn't fulfill you, it doesn't give you joy, and live a life where you're barely getting by, where you're just going through the motions in day after day, or living paycheck after paycheck. Like, it's up to you. You have found a solution. You have found a solution that can change your life, and you know why I know that? Because I'm living proof of that. I am now living a life I never freaking dreamed possible. I'm living a life that most people sometimes probably even doubt it, or it seems too good to be true. But I was willing to stick through those hard days. I was willing to push through those hard days. And I understood the concept. When I heard that, I said, I don't want to be average. I don't want to come to a job that doesn't fulfill me, doesn't bring me joy, doesn't make me happy for 40 to 50 years. And then retire, and then have a few good retirement years and then die. Like, I don't want to wait into retirement to start living. Like, I want, and I understood that concept. That concept got drilled into my mind. And on those tough days, oh man, I would remember that. So I want you to write that down somewhere. Write that down somewhere, and I want you to put it everywhere. Put it on your phone. Put it on your screensaver. And that's not the actual, I don't know the quote word for word, but just write that. Like, I'm willing to work hard for 5, 10 years at something that brings me joy. Like, you guys, this is going to bring you so much joy. So it's not like you're going to be miserable these 5, 10 years, or it's not like you're not going to be working on a better version of yourself, because you are. Like, that's another thing that I don't understand. Like, you're going to be working on a better version every single day in these 5 or 10 years. Your income is going to be growing. You're going to be getting healthier. You're going to be getting happier. So write that. You're willing to stick with something 5 to 10 years that is one day going to provide you and your family a life you never dreamed possible. And in those 5 and 10 years, you're going to be helping people. You're going to be changing lives. You're going to be getting joy out of it. Versus you're not willing. Like, you have to refuse to be okay with living an average life. You have to refuse that. Say that to yourself. I refuse to live the life that I've lived so far, where, again, you could be grateful. And trust me, I was so grateful being a teacher. I was so grateful that I went to college. I was so grateful that I had a career, and that I was in a career where I was impacting the lives of my little ones. I was grateful. So you can be grateful. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can be so grateful for what you already have, for what God's already blessed you with, right? Because so many people are way worse than us. I understand that. That's not what I'm trying to say. And I hope that doesn't come across of that, because I've learned to come from a grateful place in my heart every single day. Even when life sucks, you still have so many things to be grateful for. So You can be grateful for the life you've had so far, that you've provided for yourself and your family so far, because it probably is amazing. You've probably had to overcome a lot of struggles, a lot of adversities, and you've probably have made yourself and your family super proud, and that's cool. But there's so much more out there. And even though that's cool, and you're grateful for what God has blessed you with so far, because it blesses you and your family, I think you probably feel like, but I want more. I can do more. And this is good for now, and I'm grateful for this, but I'm not willing to live this average life. Even though I'm grateful for it, and I'm blessed with having more than what others don't, I know I can do more, and I want more. If you didn't want more, you wouldn't be here. If there wasn't something like pulling at your heart, there wasn't this fire in your heart of you wanting more, of you wanting a different life, a life that most people can't live, then you wouldn't be here. So think about that. I'm going to close this video off. This was just, I really kind of just wanted to dive into what to do on those days where you struggle, and also, if you haven't already, what to do what does it mean whenever you're getting a bunch of no's, or no, not right nows, or a bunch of no responses, because that's going to happen. And I want you to have this video, and I want you to take notes and just remember everything that I said. I know it was a lot, but because it's going to come if it hasn't already. I know it, and then I know it already has for some of you, because you've already been messaging me. So I just want you to understand that it's super normal. It's going to happen. And the way that it happens less and less and less is by you being super consistent, you working on yourself, you doing personal development. I'm going to say that until I turn blue in the face, because unfortunately, those coaches that quit, or they just kind of stop showing up, I know they're not doing personal development. I know they're not growing and empowering their mindset. I know that, because if they were, they would understand that this is part of life. This is so normal. And again, you're going to set a reminder on your phone from a year from today, and you're going to hustle your heart out and give it your all, and understand that you're willing to work really hard at something that's going to give you a lot of joy, and that's going to help you create an impact. Like, I hope you understand that. Like, I know this sounds cheesy when I say this, but I believe, and I know this for a fact, that I am making this planet a little happier and a little healthier and a little sexier. I know I am. And I know my team is. And I know we are. And it's by one person at a time. Can you imagine if everybody in this world worked out every day, ate healthy-ish while still living a balanced lifestyle, and empower their mind with personal development? Can you imagine the impact we would have in this world? There would be a lot less depressed people. There would be a lot less anger out there and tragedies out there, because if people can love themselves more and be happier and healthier, like, just know that you're going to be leaving an impact. Whenever I get someone new on board in my boot camps, on my team, I know that I have forever left a tiny seed of me in them. I know that for a fact, and that feels fucking incredible. That when God is ready to take me many, many, many years, when I'm really, 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 really old, I will be able to leave this world knowing that I have made an impact. I know that for a fact, because if I can help people become healthier, stronger, love themselves more, be more confident, and then grow a life like I have, with a business like I have, I know that I will forever be in that person's life. Like, they'll forever think of me, and that is really, really incredible and amazing. So know that in that year that you're going to be working really hard, you're going to be leaving that impact in people's life, and you might not see it yet, because I didn't in the beginning. I remember thinking, like, my God, how can I motivate anybody? Or how can someone like me, who has all these struggles and, the childhood that I went to and the life that I went, that I lived, and someone who's just barely getting by, like someone who doesn't have any answers to the world, someone who whatever, how can I be inspiring to anybody? I used to think that all the time. And now 5 years later, I'm like, oh, I see how. And it's not by being perfect. or it's not by having all the answers. It's just by being me, and it's just by showing up and doing the best with my life, and then motivating and inspiring others to believe in themselves, that it's also possible for themselves. Like, you're going to be that impact. So the last thing I'll say before I wrap this up is, every time you get a no response, and instead of feeling bad or feeling defeated or having all these negative thoughts in your mind, because I know it's gonna happen, but it will happen less the more you work on your mindset. Trust me. I want you to think about this. Every time you get a no, say, good, like, I planted a seed. Because even though that person has said no, or didn't respond to you, or is ghosting you, right? Because you'll get that. You'll get people ghost you. Know that you have planted a seed in them, because they'll keep thinking about that, just like you kept thinking about it. And every time you show up on social media, this is why you have to show up on social media. Every time you show up in their feed, every time they watch your stories, every time they hear you raving about how better you feel, or sharing even the bad and the good and the struggles, every time you show up on their news feed, you're going to be watering that seed. And they're going to think about you, and they're going to think about joining your boot camp. And I know, because I've had so many people say the same thing, like, where they're kind of annoyed, but in a good way. They're like, oh, fine, like, I'll just join you, right? Because even though they say no, they're going to keep watching you. Have you ever felt that way, where you're like, I really want to buy that, or I really want to go to that, or I really want to do that, but I don't have money, or the kids, or I don't have time. But then it keeps popping up, and you finally get so annoyed where you're like, you know what, fuck, I'm just going to do this. That's what you're going to do in those people. So it's not a no forever. Think about it as you planted a seed. And if they say no, say, good. Yes, you planted a seed. Yes, it planted a seed. And every time you show up on social media, or they like one of your things, or you're commenting on their things and you're liking their things, because that's another thing. When you're talking to people and you're building your social media, even if they said no to you, or they ghosted you, you keep liking their things. You comment on their things. You message them, like they went to go see a movie. Girl, how was that movie? You keep popping up in their lives in a super genuine way, right? Of course, in a super genuine way. Why? Because you're going to be a reminder, because every time you do, that seed that you planted, you're watering it, and you're watering it. Oh, they saw your post, you water that seed. Oh, they saw your story, you watered a seed. Oh, you shared a really good recipe, now they want to try that recipe, you watered a seed. Oh, you popped up in your newsfeed on Transformation Tuesday and you had really good results. You watered that seed a lot that day, because we know that every time they see a transformation picture, it's just going to motivate them to get to that place where they trust you, and they trust them, and they trust themselves. Oh, you shared, you gave them FOMO about what happens in your group through your stories. You're watering that seed. Or you hit emerald, and I shouted you out, or your upline shouted you out, and they saw that. You watered that seed. You see that? You see how you're watering those seeds? You don't have to keep, yes, following up is good, and I'll have a video on that. Like, I follow up at least 3 times before I stop following up for a while, as far as like, hey, are you gonna join my team? But know that you showing up on social media, you commenting on their things, you asking questions, you giving them compliments, you asking them about their weekend or whatever, or if something that they did really strikes your interest, like, you just keep in touch with them, even if it's just social media, even if it's just liking their things, or them liking your things, or if they do stories, like, interact with them, whatever. Like, don't take it to heart. Whenever someone tells you no, don't think, oh, I'm going to X that person out of my life, block. No, you don't want that. You want to keep them in your life, and you want to keep a relationship with them. And you want to, of course, genuine relationship with them, because you're going to be watering that seed every time you do. Watering that seed with every post that you make. This is why I say it's so important to stay consistent on social media, at least to start once a day, but ideally 2 to 3 times a day on your feed, 9 to 10 stories or snapping or whatever, and then use all your social medias. In the beginning, your personal Facebook, use the shit out of that, because that's where most of your people are at right now, in your personal Facebook. There's no need to go open up a Facebook like page. I would hold off on that. I would focus on your personal Facebook. That means, yes, make it public. That means, yes, you're going to be getting out of your comfort zone because you're going to be sharing your transformations on there. And that's, you're going to be sharing your fitness journey because you guys, there's no point in opening up a separate Facebook account because this is part of your life. Like, why would you try to hide this part of your life, or why would you try to make this part of your life different? It's part of your everyday personal life. You work out now and you drink shake and you eat healthy and you help women on their journey. Like, why would you want to make that separate from your personal life? And the same thing with the people who follow you. The people who follow you for your fitness also want to know about your personal faith, your personal life. They also want to know that you're a regular mom and you struggle with everything that moms struggle with, that you're normal just like they are, that you go to the movies just like they do. Like, people want just to be a part of our lives, and that's Beachbody and personal. Like, it's funny when on Instagram, when I share a picture of just me and Aram, or about my hair, or just an outfit that I bought that has nothing to do with fitness, has nothing to do with the business, those posts get the most engagement and get the most likes. Why? Because people would just want to know that you're a normal person. Or whenever I go and have a margarita, or I have a pizza, or I have a burger, and I share that, those posts get the most likes and the most engagement. So that goes to show that people just want to know that you're more than just a health and fitness coach, that you're also just a normal mom who also, struggles with mom things like they do, or whatever it is that makes you you. People want that. So start, use your personal Facebook and then Instagram, because Instagram is where it's at, Instagram stories. And there was already a post all about that. But anyways, you guys, I hope this was helpful. And I just wanted to really dive hard and really hopefully leave an impact in your brain, in your mind, that things are going to get tough because it's so normal, that you're going to get told no's because it's so normal, that you're going to get ghosted and that's so normal. And I just want you to remember that. It's normal. It happened to Leticia. It happened to Ashley. It happened to all the top 10 coaches. It happened to Danielle. It happens to everyone. And I've already gave you some things that I did whenever, and I still do that. You guys, when I'm struggling big time, either with my personal life or my business life, I have to kind of let go a little bit of that in a way where I'm still super present, but my mindset is focused on me. My mindset is focused on me rocking a program from start to finish, doing well with my nutrition, being super consistent on social media, and then also personal development. Like, sometimes I'll double or triple up on personal development, where I'm reading a book and at night before I go to bed, where I'm listening to an audio when I'm getting ready or cooking or driving, and then I'm doing a whole bunch of podcasts, because I know when I'm struggling, even if it's just with the business, you start to struggle personally too. Like you start to like have those limiting beliefs or those negative self-talk. That's because you have to work on your mindset, or you're struggling with your marriage, or you're struggling with your relationships, or you're struggling at work. Work on yourself harder than anything else, and everything else will fall into place. Always work harder on yourself than anything else, and everything else will fall through. And I know sometimes we think that's selfish or what, but it's not, because if you can come from a better place mentally and physically and emotionally, then you can be a better wife, or you could be a better employer, you could be a better friend, or you could be a better mom, you could be a better anything. But you first have to work on yourself, and then just find ways to offer value to people. There was who says that? Man, I got like 25 million messages while I was making this video. Lewis Howes. He's another one of my favorites. I really need to make a list. Lewis Howes, he has a podcast of the School of Greatness. He says, the secret to living is giving. And I love that, because it's so true. So many times we get focused on, I need successful points. I need to hit emerald. I need to hit diamond. I need to sign a coach. When if we would just kind of switch that mindset into, how can I help others today? How can I leave an impact today? How can I make someone else's life better today? And if they join your challenge group, cool. If they don't, still come from a place where you want to serve others, whether that's sharing a recipe in your stories that you really like for you or your kids, whether it's sharing some type of something motivational that you read or listened to in the audiobook that you're listening to, or in the podcast that you know it's going to help others. Like, whenever I start sharing that whole thing about make your bed, right? I need to get back to doing that. But every single day I would talk about how make your bed, make your bed. And I explained to my followers like the importance of that. You have no idea how many messages I would get from women who said, because of you, I now make my bed, and you're so right. It made my better day. It helped me start my day with a small win, with a success. Or when I would come home from a shitty day and my bed was made, it made me feel really good. You guys, those women, some of those women have never joined my boot camps, have never joined my team. I don't care. Like, I don't care if I can offer some type of value, whether it's a recipe, whether it's a reminder like, hey, drink more water, whether it's a reminder, hey, love yourself, whatever it is. Every single day I wake up with the intention to offer value to people's life in some way. And it can be some small way. It could be like I share something about my hair for my curly hair babes. That's me giving value to someone else. That's me, just trying to live a better life by helping others. Like, the secret to living is giving. And if you can focus on that, you can focus on serving others and giving to others in even the smallest way, through social media, or even just making someone laugh. Like, I love to be silly on social media. Not that I try to be silly, like I'm just me. But if I can make someone laugh on social media, that's me giving value. Maybe that person was having a shitty day, and because of something I said or something I did or something dumb that I did that I decided to share about, just for the intention to make someone laugh, I still offered value. I still gave to that person. And the secret to living is giving. All right, you guys. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you save a lot of these tips or a lot of what I said somewhere in your mind or in your heart, because these rough days will happen. You will get a lot of no's, but understand what it means. Understand that it's seeds that you're planting. And I hope you now understand too why it's so important to show up on social media every day and to keep a relationship with all the people who are going to tell you no. Like, keep them close, and keep them close to all the people who ghost you, who will tell you no, who will tell you, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time. Keep those people close, because the closer you can keep them, the more you can show up in their everyday lives. You're going to be watering those seeds. You're going to be watering those seeds. And a year from today, I'm going to see all of you still rocking your journey, because we're going to be a work in progress from now until the end of time. You're going to fall. You're going to gain weight. Life's going to happen, and you're going to get back on it. You're going to be a work in progress for the rest of your life, like me. And I'm going to see you on this team, and I'm going to see you hustling your heart out, and I'm going to see you being coachable, and I'm going to see you applying what you're learning, and I'm going to see you doing personal development. And guess what? In a year from today, when I see you on social media, I'm going to see a stronger person. I'm going to see a more fit person. I'm going to fit and stronger mentally, emotionally, and physically. I'm going to see a happier person. I'm going to see a person who will have changed a whole bunch of lives, including your own. I'm going to see a person whose income will have grown. And in this year, I'm going to shout you out for hitting Success Club monthly. I'm going to shout you out for hitting Emerald. I'm going to shout you out for hitting Diamond. Like, you're going to be on our team calls. Like, know that and believe that, because what you focus on, what you say, becomes your reality, and it expands. And so if you can focus on that and understand that a year from today, you will be in a such better place, and you will have been focusing on giving value and giving to others, because that's the secret of living, is to give. I promise you, you're going to be here, and you're going to be a better person, and you're going to be way further along in your business. But you're going to have to do everything that I talked about in this video. All right, you guys, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.